Hello, my name is Dan Oakes. I'm the creator of Cookin', and the programmers here at DVO who make this app are absolute geniuses. They have added a feature that makes it super easy to import recipes from Pinterest. Check this out. When you launch your Cookin' mobile app, and by the way, this works on both iOS and Android, and it's exactly the same. When you launch your app, a dialog like this appears that says, Cookin' has the ability to import recipe pins from Pinterest. Would you like to do this now? Heck yes, I would. To import your recipes from Pinterest, the first step is to log into your Pinterest account. Okay, that makes sense. So now I just type in my Pinterest credentials. This application would like your permission to access your public info. Okay, that makes sense. Now, what Cookin' does is it fetches all your boards from your Pinterest account. Select the boards with the recipes that you want to import into Cookin', and then tap Import Selected Boards. Let's do it. So I have quite a few boards here. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to select this one called Desserts right here. And after I've made my selection, then I just tap this blue Import Selected Boards button at the very top of the screen. There are 14 recipe pins in the board you selected. Since capturing these recipes could take a while, Cookin' will work on this in the background so you can have fun using the app. Cool! One more thing. If you happen to pin something new to Pinterest tomorrow, Cookin' will get that too. No way. Cookin' automatically checks for new pins frequently and captures those too so you can keep using Pinterest. Wow! Really cool! Okay, I'm going to tap My Recipes here on the bottom navigation bar. And now I see a new cookbook in my library called Cookin' Recipe Organizer's Recipes. And when I tap on that, I see a desserts chapter. So when Cookin' imports recipes from Pinterest, every board in Pinterest becomes a chapter in Cookin', and every pin in Pinterest becomes a recipe. So here's the recipes from my desserts board. Oh man, that was easy. I just imported all these recipes from Pinterest. Akasa. I wonder what this is. Oh man. I don't really know, but it looks really pretty good. Yum. So I think you could have probably figured out how to do these steps, but here's something that you may not know. I want this desserts chapter to appear in the Dan's Recipes cookbook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it there, and to do that I just tap the ellipses, the 3 ellipses off to the right hand side, and then I choose Move down on the bottom. And now I can select which cookbook I want this chapter moved to. I'm going to choose Dan's Recipes. Moved. Done. Cool. Now the Cookin' Recipe Organizer Recipes cookbook has nothing in it, and I don't even need it anymore. So I'm going to tap the ellipses off to the right next to that cookbook, and I'm going to choose Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this? Yes. Cool. Now I've got 2 cookbooks, Dan's Recipes and the Ultimate Cookin' Cookbook. And when I go to Dan's Recipes and tap Desserts, there's the Pinterest ones that I just imported. Now, even though I moved this chapter and deleted that cookbook, Cookin' still knows that this chapter, Desserts, is linked to my Desserts board in Pinterest. So if I pin something new tomorrow or next week, Cookin's going to get that too and add it to this chapter. Oh man, that's cool. Now there's something else that you probably don't know, which is really cool. Check this out. I'm going to tap Sync on the bottom navigation bar here, and I'm going to tap Back up in the top left corner. You might be used to seeing something like this when you tap the Sync button on the bottom navigation bar. To get to the Pinterest import feature, just tap the Pinterest import button right above Sync Now. Now what I'm going to do is switch to my web browser. And in Google, I'm going to search for Pinterest, there it is, Pioneer Woman. Ree Drummond, the Pioneer Woman. Ree Drummond has some fantastic recipes. When I get here, I just tap where it says boards, because what I want to do is import one of her Pinterest boards into Cookin'. She's got 21 boards, and some of these are pretty good. Sweets. Ooh, pancakes. Now we're talking. So I just tap on her board, and once I'm looking at her board and these Pinterest recipes here, I just tap on this sharing icon in the top left corner of the screen. It's the box with the arrow coming out of it. And I choose copy. And now what I did is I just copied the web address for this board. Now when I go back to cooking, I just tap more options in the top right corner. And I choose add board. To import recipes from any Pinterest board, simply navigate to the board in your web browser and then copy and paste the web address here. Okay. So I tap once and this paste menu comes up. I choose paste. And there it is. Now when I tap OK, Cooking is going to go and add that board to my list of Pinterest boards. So I've got desserts checked, and when I scroll down, there's my pancakes board by Ree Drummond, the Pioneer Woman. Now that I'm done, I just tap Import Selected Boards, and Cooking's going to go out and import all those pancake recipes for me. Oh, man! Now that is really pretty amazing, importing Pinterest recipe 1 of 29. I mean, this is pretty fantastic. Having recipes in Pinterest is, the problem is your boards get so many pins in them that it becomes unmanageable. You can't sort them. You can't search them. You can sort and search in Cooking. You can combine recipes to make menus and shopping lists. You can print recipes from Cooking. You can analyze nutritional value. You can do so many things when you get your recipes into Cooking. And so now we're combining the power of both, right? You're getting your recipes from Pinterest imported into Cooking, and they're linked. So if you pin something new tomorrow or next week, you're going to get that too. So now you got all your Pinterest recipes right at your fingertips in Cooking. I'm telling you, wow. There is no other app like this. Look, you love Cooking, right? You got to tell your family about this. You got to tell your friends about this. When you tell them, hey man, there's this app, you got to check it out. And when they launch it and they import their Pinterest recipes right into Cooking, and they're off to the races, typing in what they have on hand, and Cooking's telling them what they can make for dinner. Oh man, they're going to love it. You got a little gold mine right here. All right, it's done now. So I'm going to tap my recipes, and I'm going to go back. Let's see if it's here. There it is. There's a new cookbook called Ree Drummond, the Pioneer Woman's Recipes. And there's a chapter in there called Pancakes. And there's all those pancake recipes. Wow. Fantastic. Now, this is the same thing. I don't really, in this case, want this chapter in this cookbook. I want to move it to mine. So I'm going to tap the ellipses there, and I'm going to tap Move. And I'm going to choose Dan's Recipes. Moved. Okay. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to delete this cookbook. So right there to the right of the cookbook, there's 3 ellipses. I tap that, and I choose Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this? Yes, delete. Now I've got Dan's Recipes cookbook, and in there I've got a desserts chapter, and I've got this pancakes chapter as well. Now, just so I don't get confused, I'm going to tap the ellipses here to the right of pancakes, and I'm going to choose Edit, and I'm going to change the name of this so I don't get confused. I'm going to call this Ree Drummond's Pancakes. That way I'll know. Save. There we go. Now in my cookbook, I have a chapter called Ree Drummond's Pancakes. That's perfect. Now I'll know exactly what it is. And if she pins a new pancake recipe next week, I'm going to get that too. So Cooking will always keep the two in sync, as long as I launch the app and use it frequently. Oh man, that is so powerful. That is such a cool feature. I hope you love it. And remember, tell your family, tell your friends. Tell them, you got to get cooking, good looking.